Happy Holy Hump Day on this March 9th, everyone. I'm Pastor Robert. Welcome to this midweek time where I can share some spiritual thoughts and reflections with you. And greetings to you on this first week of the season of Lent. This past Sunday, we began a new season of Lent sermon series on the theme, The Making of a Disciple. And we're looking at 8 different aspects of what it means to be a disciple of Jesus that will go up through Easter Sunday, April 17th. But for this first Sunday, we focused on the importance of being the hope-filled disciples of Jesus. And for that, we turn to our New Testament appointed scripture reading from Philippians chapter 3, verse 20. And it's where the Apostle Paul writes, "But our citizenship is in heaven, and it is from there that we are expecting a Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ." And so Paul is saying that for us to be hope-filled Christians, we are to look forward to that time in the future when all things will be made new. We are citizens of heaven. And when Jesus was with the disciples, he was helping them to build the kingdom of heaven here on earth, but he was pointing them to that future glorious reality. And so here at Athens First United Methodist Church, there are many ways that we seek to help each other to be hope-filled disciples of Jesus. So this past Sunday during the worship service, we had members of our leadership board and myself share a very hope-filled vision for our church during the sermon time. If you haven't already seen that worship service, just go to our church's YouTube channel and find this past Sunday's worship service and go to that sermon time of that recorded video, and you'll find and hear about the vision that we shared during that worship service. Another way that we can be hope-filled disciples of Jesus is through this image that we are using for this year's new church directory. And every year when we have a new church directory, I always want to have a new image or a new theme. And the theme for this year is a new frontier. And, you think about it is a new frontier for us, especially as a result of the global pandemic, because it has led us to start new ministries using more of technology, more creative ways to stay connected with each other. I know for sure that these Holy Hump Day videos would not have started unless it was for the pandemic. That just was another opportunity for me to connect with the congregation during the middle of each week, especially when we were so limited with in-person ministries. And so I love the image of this picture with this person on the horse, because it reminds us of the Methodist circuit riding preachers who rode on horseback in the late 1700s, early 1800s. This church was founded by a Methodist circuit riding preacher named Reverend James Quinn. So when I see this image of this person on the horse, it reminds me of Reverend James Quinn, who started this church back in 1800. And his frontier was this more of a wilderness here in this area of Ohio. And now in 2022, our new frontier is exploring these new creative ways to be involved in ministry together. And a third way that we can be the hope-filled disciples of Jesus is by reflecting a little bit on our Christmas Eve worship service that we had a couple months ago. Because every year during the Christmas Eve service, during the Benediction, as people have their lights and it's in the darkened sanctuary, and we just concluded singing Silent Night, it gives me an opportunity to share a benediction where I invite people to look around and see all of those lights, to be reminded of the hope that we have through Jesus, who is the light of the world. And I always encourage people to remember that moment, because as we go through the upcoming year, we're going to face challenges, we're going to face problems, we're going to face new experiences, and it's important for us to keep that image in our mind of that hope-filled night when we were there together holding up the light of Christ. So let me just show this short 1.5-minute video of this benediction from this last Christmas Eve worship service. time just to look around at our neighbors that are holding their glow sticks and just see what a community of people with the light of Christ looks like. Take notice of our beautiful blue Christmas tree out in the front entrance, which I just love. It just is a sense of Christ's presence in a very beautiful, calming way. And of course, the Christ candle around our Advent wreath. Those of you who are watching online, may the light of Christ be with you on this silent night. And I know I say this every year, but I want each of you to know that whatever this new year may bring, whatever challenges, problems, and new experiences that may come our way, never forget this holy moment. Nothing is too great for us to overcome with the light of Christ in our lives. We are children of God. Go forth in peace. Joy to the world. The Lord is come. Christmas Eve is always such a special time for me when we have that moment with the transition from Silent Night, where I get to share that benediction of reminding us of the hope that we have as disciples of Jesus, holding on to the light of Christ, not just on Christmas Eve, but throughout the upcoming year. And so I just find that to be a very, very powerful memory to carry on in the year as we seek to be the hope-filled disciples of Jesus. I invite you to join us for worship this Sunday as we continue the Season of Lent series on the making of a disciple. We're going to be looking at the very important aspect of what it means to be the generous disciples of Jesus that God is calling us to be. So join us for the 9 o'clock service or the 10:30 service, which are both in person. You can also watch live stream on our church's YouTube channel beginning at 10:30. So join us for worship this Sunday as we continue this journey together in growing in what it means to be Jesus' disciples.